All right. Listen to this. I was at another show, and someone was playing some cool music on the outro. And so what I'm doing right now is putting the link up in Carm.org, Facebook, and so that people can, if they are interested, they can watch, or we can talk about some of the stuff we were talking about a little bit ago. Uh, wow, that's interesting. Let's try this and get all this stuff done. I do it really quickly, so there we go. All right. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Open discussion 8/9/2021 and post. So if people come in, hey, Carm M, Matt Bell, how are you guys doing? Um, I see that. So I put the link and stuff up there on Facebook, Carm Facebook. And what I'll do is in here, I'll put this. Uh, Good, Justin MC. If you guys want to join me in here, you can do that. You can just ask me questions. Or if you don't want to, you just start typing and I can see the text and I can answer questions. But I'll do this for a little bit, for another half hour or so, and then bail. It's up to you guys. All right. We've got 4 people watching. Big crowd. A lot of people were watching when Vocab was doing his thing. It's pretty good stuff. How many of you guys saw the debate? I thought it was a good debate, and I think it's, yep, that's right. Another rescheduled debate. That's right. Got another debate coming up. All right, everybody, come on. Let's see if you want to have a little open chat and talk about Eastern Orthodox. I'm getting into Eastern Orthodox theology, not in a good way, but exposing it. How many monitors do I have in front of you? I have four 27-inch 4K monitors, and my computer. The only moving parts of my computer are the fans. I have M.2 drives and fast Intel stuff. If you guys want, I can move the camera around and show you everything if you're interested. But I'm on the computer all the time, so that's what I do. And this is a uh, portable setup that lasts a few hours and things like that. So here, let me show you. Okay, I'll show you. Let's see if I can get this going here. So these are my monitors, okay? So that's how it works right there. See, hey, there I am. Hey, how you doing? And so that's that. All right, there's a keyboard. And that right there, this is how I do radio. Radio's right here. And there's the microphone for the radio. And when I do online radio and it goes out to real radio stations. So there's that. And here, I'll check out my computer. If I can get the camera. There we go. That's the computer. Oh, yeah, baby. That is one nice computer. That's right. I'm not going to tell you how much it cost, but it cost. All right. And like you see the fans, the colors are changing. That's the only moving stuff. It's water cooled, and I can from off with no. Let's see. Sorry, make you sick with all the motion here. I can from there's no power to the computer. I can turn it on, and it boots up and ready to go in 16 seconds. All right. So let's see. Anybody want to ask anything? Oh, there we go. Get him in. Anonymous X IFB. How are you doing? Show me pics, Nina. I like pics of the. I used to be computer tech at Hewlett Packard for like 5 years. I used to teach software like Excel, teach advanced Excel. I did that and other stuff. So, do I have a backup battery? Yes, I got one there and one there. Yep, I have 2 backup batteries. Yep, and stuff. Yeah, that's what I do for a living. So that's it. Okay, come on. Anonymous, you gonna say anything? There's you guys want to join me? You like stuff? Oh, I love tech. And this is my S21 extra. features and stuff, phone. So, and this, and when you do this for a living, you have good stuff. And so my stereo for my my computer's pretty loud and it got a lot of bass. So that's it. And I work in here a lot. Anyway, okay, nobody's going to say anything. If no one comes in and comments, we have any real discussion, I'll bail in 5 minutes. But there you go. Now I had this computer built because I used to build them. I can build them. I have all the parts. It's easy to build a computer and put the OS on. That's easy. But knowing which parts go with which now, because things are changing so fast, that I just went to a place and said, hey, I know a guy who's a Christian guy. I go, look, just build it for me. And so that's what we did. Could you please put Matthew 11:12 into context? Matthew, what I'll do is this. All right, I will share my screen. And let's see, share the screen. And I'll get Willie Wesner in there in a second. All right. So Matthew 11:12, let's see. Matthew 11:12, let's see. The days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven suffers violence and violent men take it by force. It seems to me, what I think it means is that the preaching of the truth of the gospel, a lot of violence has occurred in relationship to it. John the Baptist was killed, was executed, when people and the Pharisees in the context were violent against the kingdom of God that was coming with the true prophets. That's why Jesus says, kill the prophets and things like that. And then he says this, the law and the prophets and the law prophesied until John. And that means till John the Baptist, because he's the last of the Old Testament prophets. Are EO believers saved? I don't believe they are. That's my opinion so far. All right. Willie, how you doing, buddy?
Real well. Yeah. I was intrigued by this because I was dating a Greek Orthodox girl for 10 months, but I was getting her to go to my church, which is evangelical, Bible believing, and we were studying the Bible together, and I was really hoping to get her to come over, and it didn't happen, so it's too bad. But
here's a tip I would give. I've done so much apologetics over the years. I'm learning a simple way. I mean, I can discuss evidence and logic and reason, but here's something to think about that's easy to do and easy to use. Is she says she doesn't want to come over, and say, well, why not? Well, because what she believes over there is true, but there's a corollary. The corollary is she believes what you're holding to is false. If she believed it was true, she'd be there. She's going to go where she believes truth is. So there's corollaries. If one is true, the other has to be not true or less true, because there's variations in things. But for the most part, true and not true.
mm-hmm.
So what you can do is you can say, all right, what's the reasons you believe it is true? And then you say, what's the reasons you believe what I say or our thing is not true? And if she can't articulate both, not that you want, here, let me do this. Vocab wants to get in. Not that if she can't do it, then she's a dummy, she's not smart, and you ridicule. No. A lot of people are just not ready to think through things. And we've got to be patient.
Yeah.
And just say, well, have you thought about this? Why, and she might go, well, I don't know. Well, you want to study it together? We can find out, And here's the thing. What is the ultimate authority? That's what it really comes down to. What's the ultimate authority of truth? The ultimate authority of truth is God. It has to be God. It can't be a church. But
Right.
They want it to be a church because they want their church to be the ultimate authority. And ultimately what they're saying is, when they say, we gave you the Bible, then they are saying they are the ultimate authority.
Yeah, and piggybacking on what you're saying, I took notes. I think it's good. But, there's a strong cultural element. She's Greek. and she grew up in the church for her whole life. And she's in her 50s. I'm in my 50s. You wouldn't know it.
I'm in my 60s. Sheesh.
So for her whole life, she attended there. She was baptized there and chrismated as a baby, and then going to these.
She's comfortable with it.
The divine liturgies, and she's used to lighting the candle and paying homage to the icons as she comes in. A little kiss to the icon, to the different icons, and then it's just like ingrained in her.
Mm-hmm.
Just like for me, reading the Bible and memorizing scripture and praying and it's kind of ingrained in me. From I've known the Holy Scriptures since I was a child. And
right.
able to make you wise unto salvation. And I tried to, and we went through Ephesians, and we went through Romans, several books, and we were praying together. I was really hoping, and we were even meeting with the pastor, and then
right, but yeah,
she wasn't ready to break, and I wasn't going to break, obviously. I mean, I visited. I went to their Easter, which is a month later, and it's a 3-hour service. It's like a late vigil service. It was interesting, and I was following along in the Greek, because I study Greek, and there's some interesting aspects to it,
Right.
But they're all about, ceremony, liturgy, ceremony.
The ultimate authority is a church, and she's comfortable with the stuff from youth.
Yeah.
Right. That's what it is. That's right.
So I can only pray.
And look at this. OK says the Bible came from the EO and our councils. I would say that your councils did some stuff, but the Bible, I always thought, came from God. I thought God gave it to us. How do you answer someone claiming that the conversion of Cornelius refused total depravity? John 6:44, no man can come to me unless the Father draws him. The reason he was coming to them was because he was being drawn by God, which is consistent with total depravity. Fail to understand precept during your debate with Francis. Oh, no, I understand it, okay. But look, here's the thing. Okay, you're already making yourself look bad. You are assertive. You don't make any statements that you back up. If you're going to assert it, why don't you come into the room here, and let's have a discussion. Let's discuss it if you want to say those things. And if you want to talk about Eastern Orthodox presupposition, I'm fine with that. But I'm going to warn you that I don't think you'll be able to handle it well. Okay? Councils were here to put out theological disputes and heresies. See, how do you know a council is right? Because I'm going to ask, watch this. I'll ask, okay, let's see if he even answers the question. Okay, what is your ultimate authority? What is the ultimate authority? And how do you justify your ultimate authority? These are questions that need to be answered, because the truth is, God is the ultimate authority. Okay, notice that he's ignoring. Notice what happens, folks. I like to use people like him as an example. Notice he ignores the difficult questions. Okay, so
the church is the ultimate authority for EO. Yes. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's sola ecclesia with them. And we teach that the ultimate authority is God himself. And then in the manifestation of that is in his scripture, so sola scriptura, right? As the ultimate authority. So EO, he's not doing anything. He's just making.
And then the problem is that they disagree with each other.
Okay. Mention. So how are you? What church do you go to?
I'm from Australia. I go to a Pentecostal church, but not a tongue-speaking Pentecostal church.
Okay. All right. So you're not
I,
EO.
I,
No.
I
Okay.
no.
All
I
right.
used to attend a Seventh-day Adventist.
Sounds like he's
Yeah.
down under. Are you down under? The land down under?
Yes, mate, from Australia.
Is there noise behind you? It's very difficult to kind of hear you.
Yeah, there's a truck. I'm currently at work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Is that
do well with.
affect?
I
It's
don't do well
affecting
with
it.
sounds like that. Yeah, I don't do well with sounds like that.
Mute that.
All right,
Can't
mate.
last very long. Okay.
No worries, no worries. I'll give a call back when I'm quiet. But I just
All
wanted to
right.
ask you one thing.
Sure.
One thing before I go. You were talking about speaking with people about Christian doctrines and that. Is
Yeah.
that correct?
Yeah.
If we exchange details, am I able to get in contact with you privately?
Well, yeah, but here's the thing: if I'm going to do something like this, I want to do it publicly, where a lot of people
Okay, yeah,
will be
that's fine.
involved.
That's fine.
But
Because I'm very interested in the Trinity being active in the Old Testament, like the full three-person Trinity active in the Old Testament.
Yeah, he's in the Trinity's active in the Old Testament. I can show you.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm interested in, and I like.
What I've been doing is Patreon videos to try and help support what I'm doing, because I haven't had a raise in like 6 years, and so it's my wife's medical. I'm just trying to so people can do that. Patreon/Matt Slick, and I'm going to be doing some stuff on the Trinity there, but I'm thinking about having a seminar on this stuff too, where I'll teach for a bit. And then I answer questions. Look, I can't handle too many noises. I'm autistic. I get
no, that's fine.
overloaded.
That's fine. I will let you go then.
Okay.
Just one more quick, and I'll listen online and let you answer it.
Sure.
Did Jacob, at the end of his life, have more love for Leah than he did for Rachel? Now, I know that Jacob did love Rachel because of her looks, but the attributes of Leah, did Jacob end up loving Leah more?
I don't know.
You don't know? There's nothing specified in the Bible?
I just I've not read that with that context in mind to be able to see if I can come up with an answer. So I just don't know.
Yeah, because I know Leah was buried with Jacob, which is unusual for someone that is least important to that patriarch. You know what I mean?
It might be a cultural reason. It might be a cultural reason because of the first wife and things like that. But the noises I don't do well with. I got to get going.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Yeah. Thanks, mate. Bye.
All right, man. Okay.
Are you okay, Matt?
Oh, I have to recover from that.
Yeah.
It's for me, it's just what it is. I don't do well with it, and it's
It's okay.
I remember talking to a doctor about this stuff, and I was before I was all diagnosed and all this, and he told me an interesting story. Not one, but that many men, there's men who have this problem more than women.
Yeah.
By far. And he said that there were many documented instances of men getting overloaded with sounds and they got violent. And it was they said they put these men in chambers, what they call them when they do not the echo, but they do an EKG. It's something to do with the brain. They can see the brain activity. And then what they did was while it was live watching their brain, they introduced the sounds to these men and watched the auditory area cascade, and they would panic, and they could see in the brains the reactions, and then when they turned the sound off, that it would come back down, and the doctor was explaining this. It was really interesting, and he said it becomes a flight or fight situation, and it says you just can't help it. It's just what it is. So anyway, with me, I usually have to plug my ears and leave a room in order to cope. But here I was, you see it going.
Boy, it was loud. Yeah.
And now I need to listen to Korn because it calms me down. But I won't listen to it right now.
Man,
sure.
that is sort of like a mode of torture.
For you, yeah,
Well,
maybe,
for
right?
for
Well, for me,
anybody.
that sound was torture. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
By the way, okay, Fr Don, okay, Father Don thinks that Cabane and Ananias eliminated you. You know, like defeated you. I was like, really? Yeah, right. Keep telling yourself that.
Oh, wait, he's saying that Cobain won. I mean, they're all
Yeah,
going to say that,
of
but
course
I
they
don't buy
are. But
that. Yeah.
Good night, guys.
Good night. No, there's no way he won, but they're going to say that.
no,
That's just what it is.
no, I totally agree. That was a great interview with Vocab Malone.
Yeah, it was
I
good.
only caught towards the end of it, but I enjoyed what I watched,
Yeah,
and I thought that
good.
Ananias was very arrogant.
Yeah, and over the years, I've learned to. I used to use my temper because I didn't know about all this stuff, and now that I'm in, okay, so I don't play that game anymore. I don't play that game anymore, and try and control it. Not in that I want them to say what I want to say. It's no one person at a time and things like that, and that's all. So Mr. M. Floor, yeah, yeah, I don't believe he won. That's for sure. Catholics say have true apostolic succession in the interchurch, but them, so there's that. Yeah, they say. 50-point Calvinist. Hi. Videos do you need to find a Navy SEAL to train you to deal with stress? No, there's another factor that people are not aware of that I have, and that's um, tinnitus in both ears that's extremely loud. And so, if you want to know how loud it is, um, go on a freeway at 70 miles an hour and roll down all your windows in your car, and you'll hear all that noise. And my tinnitus is louder than that. All right.
Right.
So I have that. So when sounds come in, then my brain overloads. Because here's the thing: is people don't know this, but the brain produces the sound and then it ignores the sound. So in a dead silent room, my brain is already producing and trying to ignore, which is already double work. And then someone comes in and talks, I have to focus on what they say. Someone else talks, it's four things my brain's trying to process where everybody else is two. And that's why that kind of thing happens. Not a big deal, but that's just what it is. Hey, Rob. How are you, Rob? Rob. Born again RN. Are you familiar with Roger Beckwith's rabbinic name conflation of Matthew 23:35? I am not familiar with that. Matthew 23:35. So that upon you may fall the guilt of the righteous blood shed on earth and the blood of righteous Abel, the blood of Zechariah, Berechiah murdered. What about that? Devo of the bot. Rabbinic name conflation, defending the Protestant OT. Little me, you got to have your cam or your microphone hooked up. Otherwise, you can't get in. There you go. Anyway, there you go. So, when I first mentioned on radio years ago that I had Asperger's, I was intimidated about the idea of saying it because I thought my critics would use it. But a few did, but whatever. But what really happened is a lot of people contacted me and said that they were very glad I said that because they knew autistic people, and it was a real encouragement to them that someone could be on the radio answering questions who had those issues. So I thought that was a praise God for that. Hey, Matt, if someone's parents is KJV only, won't allow another translation in their home, is it disobedience for their children to use and hide another translation? It depends on the situation, Jeff. If you are an adult on your own, you just go in with your Bible in your suitcase, whatever. But if you're living with them, and they say they only want a King James, whatever, use the King James, just so that you can be at peace with people. And if they want to say other ones are bad, then I have a problem with that. Um, I've never heard of that. I got to think through that some more. Born again, you got to put in a microphone or something like that. There you go. All right. All right, go ahead, Born Again RN.
Hey man, I'm on.
There you go. Now I hear you. All right, go for it.
Okay, yeah, the rabbinic name conflation of Matthew 23:35. If you notice it specifically in Matthew's gospel as opposed to Luke, he refers to the Zechariah as the son of Berechiah, while
Berechiah,
Luke doesn't. And the reason why he does this is because he's using a known rabbinic name conflation where rabbis would purposely conflate the names of two people, in each case the two Zechariahs, where he's actually referring to the son of Jehoiada in Second Chronicles, which is why Second Chronicles is the last book of the Hebrew Bible.
Okay, do you have any documentation for that?
Yeah, Z.H. Chaz, I think from the 17th or 18th century, he took a look at a lot of early rabbinic name conflations, like the two. Can't remember their name.
Can you get it? Can you email it to me? Can you say, here's the links, here's this, here's that. This is where it is, so I can go find it.
Right,
It'd be very useful.
Yeah. Are you familiar with Roger Beckwith?
Yeah, a little.
Okay, because he wrote an older book and he actually cites Z.H. Chaz, and I'll send you the link, and
okay,
that way as well. And Jesus even uses it when he conflates Abiathar, the high priest, with Abimelech. It's actually two different priests.
I need that info.
Okay.
I need it because there are certain apologetic things I will use about that very issue out of Luke 11, blood of Abel, the blood of Zechariah being the first and last book of the Old Testament in the Jewish canon arrangement, which negated the Apocrypha. And then one of the refutations of that was going to Matthew 23:35, saying that. That's why I need that. So it's very valuable.
Do you want me to email it to you?
Yes.
Okay. Can you say publicly what your email address is? Or
yeah, matt@carm.org.
Okay,
and,
Matt. Go ahead.
Matt@carm.org, and I only have 12,032 emails in there.
That's what I was gonna say. It'll probably end up in your spam.
So you might want to do info@carm.org, and then we have a guy just say attention from Matt, requested information, and then we have people who look at it, and we actually have email helpers now. More and more others are now doing stuff for Carm, and then I have people reporting to me because I can't keep up with everything.
Okay, info@carm.org.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, what kind of, please do, and say, Matt Sliff requested this information.
Okay.
And then that kind of gets me. What kind of RN are you?
I'm a registered nurse, it's basically a step down ICU. It's a progressive unit, so we deal with all kinds of patients there. I've even dealing with patients who have had COVID, take care of kidney dialysis, cardiac patients. You name it, pretty much to do it. The only thing I don't do is intensive care. That's for, I say, is for the real nurses.
And ICU is something else. I used to work at a hospital as a runner, and we'd take patients around, so I was able to go anywhere, and I got to hang out in ICU a lot. And I don't know anything. I'm not saying I know anything, but it was interesting to be in there. Are you familiar with Marfan syndrome?
I am not. No, I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. Because if you were, I could talk about that. My wife has one of the rarest connective tissue disorders in the entire world, called Louise Dietz, only discovered in the 90s.
Okay.
And anyway, no big deal. No big deal. And she also has something else that was recently discovered. It's bad. Stupidus husbandus. And but apparently tequila helps temporarily. So.
Well, it seems to be a contagious disease because my wife came down with it about 7 years ago when she married me. So it spreads.
You get it too? Hold on one sec. My wife's calling. I'm put it on mute. Hold on.
Andrew.
Yo, how's it going, Bill?
Good. How's your father?
Not too well. Could be better. Very tired all the time. But also, we found out he's got cerebral palsy, which is why he's losing his balance all the time. And falling all the time. So
Your dad? Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
I gotta go. My wife needs me,
Okay,
and she's got
but
part of
Matt,
her related to her condition. Something just happened, so she's
Matt,
requesting my
before you go,
assistance.
I just
Uh-huh.
want to say, you guys who work in ICU, you guys are
They did, not
heroes,
me.
and you need to be recognized and praised for that
I
work
never
you do.
did. No. I was just a runner. I took people, I transported people and bodies and things like that. But
Yeah,
anyway,
We'll
I
be
do
but
need to go.
I just wanted to acknowledge the folks who do work at
Yeah.
ICU. That's all.
we will be praying for your wife, Matt.
Thank you. I have to go tend to her. It's not a serious thing, but she needs me. So I got to go. Talk to you guys later. God bless everybody.
God bless.
Okay.
God bless.
Okay.
Bye.